Good evening, and welcome to tonight's regular board meeting. We will call to this meeting to order at 6:03 p.m. Roll call, please.
Present.
Present.
Present. Present.
Present. Thank you. Tonight, we do have a request to address the board. While meetings of the governing board are not public meetings, they are open to the public. Individual speakers will be allowed 3 minutes to address the board per board bylaw 9322.2. May I have Yesenia Cuarenta to the podium, please? Welcome and thank you for being here.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Yesenia Cuarenta, and I'm a school board member for Paramount Unified. So I'm here to congratulate Mayra Garza on her reelection, as well as Ms. Cintron for her for-year election to the Bellflower Unified School District. I'm also here today to, besides introducing myself, is to ask you for your support. I am currently a delegate for the California School Board Association Region 24, and Bellflower Unified is a part of that region. It's been an honor to be a delegate. As a delegate and as a school board member, I've been putting children first. In fact, last week, we were able to tell the California School Board Association to support policies that continue supporting children's mental health. And so yes, so with your support, I can continue doing that. And again, congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to call Brooklyn and Tori Critchfield to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you want to go to you want to have the microphone? So how do you start it? You got to tell everybody to.
Please face the flag. Get your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, the ceremonial oath of office will be administered to our new and re-elected board members.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to invite Mrs. Myra Garza and her husband, Juan Garza, and her three sons, Juan, Benjamin, and Daniel, to please come forward to administer the ceremonial oath of office.
Thank you. Good evening. On behalf of the Garza family, thank you so much for being here. We are super proud of Myra Garza, my wife, and our son's mother for having the trust of the community and not having been challenged during this election period. I think it's a testament of how much hard work and how much success she has as a representative of our youth, of our teachers, and our whole school community in the community. So we are extremely proud of you and couldn't be more honored than to be here tonight with you, my love. So with that, let's go ahead and swear you in. And so if you don't mind repeating after me, state your name.
I, Myra Garza,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you this. You should do it. That I will support
that I will support
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Ms. Garza, did you have anyone else in the audience that you wanted to introduce tonight? No? Okay, perfect. Congratulations again. I now invite Mrs. Morena or Miss Morena Cintron and her two daughters, Athena Gardia and Janessa Cariaga, to come forward and administer the ceremonial oath of office.
But thank you. Yes. I don't know. I might not. Yeah. I, Marina Cintron, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I would well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Thank you. I just personally want to thank everybody in the audience for, especially those that supported me, the unions. Woo woo! Shout out to you guys. My little one's not up here because she doesn't feel well, but she is in the audience. I want to thank my mom and my dad. I love you, Dad, but especially my mom because she really supported me through this campaign. And I just want to thank those that are already on the dais that have supported me and really have been my cheerleaders, our council member. Yeah, just thanks everyone for trusting in me, and I do not take this for granted, and I'm very humbled by all of you, so thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, so we do have one discussion item tonight, and usually we wouldn't have a discussion item on a night like tonight, but one of the things that we said as a board is that because we're in a position where we're going to be looking for a new superintendent, we said that once our new board was here, that we were going to do it on day one, and so this is day one, and we're gonna follow through with that. So our discussion item is the superintendent search. So it's a discussion with the board to talk about how we want to move forward with that search. And I'll start by saying I think right away first step needs to be sending out the survey and hearing from the community about what they want to see in our new superintendent, getting that information, and then taking steps from that point on to further discuss how we want to go about the hiring. So I'll open it up to the board if you have comments on that.
I definitely agree, President Critchfield. I want to see a survey of our unions, of our community members, of our PTA members, of everybody, so that this can be a collaborative process. And I think it's very important that we find someone amazing, so we definitely want your input. So I would agree with you that we should start surveying our community and find out what their needs are.
I agree. Maybe a survey placing it out there because it has been a while since we went through this process, maybe about 2 years. So getting the information that we need prior to going out and deciding whether we're going to be, which process we're going to be going through would be great. I do have a question as to the type of survey questions that we'll be asking. Are we going to be giving questions ourselves? Are these going to be developed by maybe a firm, or what are your thoughts, colleagues?
So in discussion with Interim Superintendent Acevedo, we have started working on some questions, but maybe Ms. Acevedo can elaborate on the questions. And I know we were talking about putting out very, very soon, possibly even tomorrow. So development of the questions, maybe the board can see those before they go out tomorrow.
Since we're now at the weekend, I know this is an odd day.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
it's Friday.
it's Friday.
We probably won't have them go out until the start of the week, but absolutely, when you take a look at some of the survey questions that other companies share with their community, as well as some of the surveys that have been done in-house, we can kind of gather some ideas and then determine from the board what they would like to see from those survey questions. And again, you can start with an initial survey, and if you need to modify that, maybe based on your first feedback, you could go back again with something more specific if you need to identify a particular area.
Did we have a timeline in mind, like for how long we're going to be requiring those surveys to come in?
That would be up to the board, but typically when we send a survey out, we usually have it out there for at least 10 days, just to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate. But that would be determined by the board.
I feel like since the holidays are just starting, that maybe when we come back from the holidays would be a good time. So I would say maybe the first or second day that we come back to school, maybe cap it there. I don't know what you guys think.
I agree that it should run perhaps until maybe a week afterward, maybe 2 weeks after that. I wouldn't want to go beyond the 2 weeks just because I think that we're going to end up having some really strict timelines going forward with this. But sending it out perhaps over the course of the winter break will help some families. There's some that do go on. There's others that just want to not engage with anything at that point because they want to be with their families. But at least we have those two choices.
And then if we don't get enough response, I mean, what's going to be the threshold of the response that we're going to be satisfied with? Because if we don't get enough response, then we may have to send it out a second time, depending. So
I'd like to follow up with that and ask a question of what happens after the survey? Are there open conversations? Is there a dialogue? Is there a few sessions of community members able to come and have conversations with us, or at least give their opinion? Or is it just survey and done?
Definitely not survey and done. This would be the first initial step, and we could always redo the survey. But I would think we'd want, because of the timeline, to put it out as soon as Monday or Wednesday after board input. Have it out, leave it out through the holidays. And then when those survey results come back, we'll decide whether to put out another one. If we need more information, we need to drill down more. And then from that point, we decide if we want to go to RFP or if we want to just look at a few firms for a superintendent search, or if we want to appoint. That's when the conversation would happen. And whoever's board president at that time, if we want to do a public hearing or all those steps, that's going to be part of the further discussion of it. But I would hope if the board agrees to continue developing the survey and look to putting it out next week, and we'll leave it up through the holidays if that's okay, and then
Okay, so just for my clarification, let me make sure I have this correct. Share with the board sample questions, make sure that we're all in agreement with what those questions are. The goal would be to send those questions out this coming Wednesday, have it open through the second week after we return. Is that correct?
that sounds good to me.
To ask another question, where is this survey going to be located and accessible to the community?
So typically when we send a survey out, we put it on our website. We also send it out via Parent Square, and we will do it in English and Spanish.
Is there a possibility to also make the announcement on social media and letting community know that it's open and where they can find it?
Thank you for pointing that out. We usually do that. I'm sorry I didn't mention that.
Okay, great.
Great. If there's no other further discussion by the board, we'll go ahead and move on. Good with that? All right. It is now time for board reorganization. And I will go ahead and let our legal counsel, Mr. Serega, go ahead and take control.
Thank you, Board Member Critchfield. The board at this time will now organize by electing officers in accordance with Board Policy 9100. Nominations will be accepted and voted on in the order in which they are received. We'll go ahead and start by opening up the nominations for the position of president. Do I have any nominations?
I would like to nominate Vice President Amy Stewart.
Second.
Do we have any other nominations? Okay. Go ahead and call a vote.
Call for the vote.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye.
Congratulations, Board President Stewart. And at this time, I'll go ahead and turn the meeting back over to
I'm not moving.
I love this because now I can turn Brad's mic off. I'm not kidding. No, I am kidding. You guys know me, I always have something prepared and written, but I felt like tonight I would not do that, and I would actually just be genuine and tell you guys how I feel really quickly and move on. I just want to say thank you so much. I am so humbled by this, and I want to say thank you to our unions for their support. We have amazing relationships, both BTA and CSCA, and I just look forward to continuing to collaborate. And I want to thank PTA. Arlie Nakagawa, I don't think she's here, but if she was, she is the reason I'm here. So I want to thank them and PTA for everything they do. And just lastly, I just want to thank all of our community members because you guys are the reason that I do this and that we do this. And so I'm very excited and thankful that you guys are trusting in me to hold this position. So thank you so much. Mr. Serega.
At this point, we'll go ahead and call open nominations for the position of Board Vice President. Do I have any nominations for the position of Board Vice President?
I would nominate Madam Clerk Myra Garza.
I second.
I have a nomination and a second. Do I have any other nominations? Hearing none, at this time, I'll go ahead and call the roll call.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Sorry about that. Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye.
Congratulations, Board Vice President Garza.
And Mr. Serega, one more time.
Alrighty, moving on to Board Clerk. At this time, I will go ahead and open up the nomination for the position of board clerk.
I nominate Marina Cintron. I'm sorry, I take that back. I nominate Brad Critchfield.
Second.
I have a nomination and a second. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, at this time I'll go ahead and close the nominations. Call for a roll call vote, please.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye. Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye.
Congratulations, Board Clerk Critchfield. And that concludes the reorganization of the Board of Education. Go ahead and turn it back over to the Board President.
Thank you, Mr. Sorega. So we have a few more things. It's time for nominations for our committees. The first is the appointment of the 2025 representative to vote on the membership of the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization. Do we have any nominations or discussion? I would like to nominate Marina Cintron.
Second.
Do we have any other nominations? Roll call, please.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye. Next is the appointment of the annual representative to the Los Angeles County Trustees Association, which is LACSTA 2025. I would like to nominate Renita Armstrong.
Second. I third.
Who, did you get the second on that?
It was Marina. Marina, second. Yep.
Are there any other nominations or any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye. And the final item is the selection of members to the California Advancing Pathways for Students, CalAPS Board, for a 2-year term beginning in 2024. And again, I would like to nominate Brad Critchfield. Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye. And moving on, we have recognitions. Mrs. Acevedo.
We do. At this time, I'd like to ask the board members to please come down in front of the dais. Okay, tonight we have the opportunity to provide our outgoing president with special recognition. We would like to thank him for his year of service and for his time and dedication that he provided to the BUSD family. We have a special video that we would like to share with everyone, so we can turn our attention to the screen, please, just for a moment. So, Mr. Critchfield, we have members of the BUSD community who have joined us to celebrate your year of presidency. But before we have our special guests come up, we have a surprise group of individuals that are here to play a tune for you for your outgoing. Thank you, Mayfair, for making that special. Thank you so much. Okay, at this point, we'll have our board members, except for Mr. Critchfield, you're going to stay on the spot right there. But the rest of our board members, you can go ahead and take a seat. And I'm going to turn over our recognitions to Mrs. Carter.
This evening, we have several special guests who would like to acknowledge Mr. Critchfield. First, please come to the podium representing the City of Bellflower, Council members Victor Sanchez and Sunny Santa Ynez.
Mayor Pro Tem City of Bellflower. With me is Councilmember Victor Sanchez. First of all, congratulations to Mrs. Garza on your re-election, to Ms. Cintron on your election, and to Ms. Stewart on your election as president. Now, the man of the hour, Mr. Critchfield. Thank you so much for your service to the community. You know what? We have a common set of residents, of people that we serve, although in a different way, but we have the same constituents. And I appreciate all the work that you put in to make the school district better. I'm very biased about the school district because from my perspective, if the school district is really well, good people are coming to the city. Because one of the factors in choosing a community to live in is a school district. Let's face that, that's really the fact. And so with your stewardship, you move forward the school district, and thank you so much for that service. And on a personal note, I really enjoyed our conversation about public service, especially by phone and things like that. So with that, I'd like to read our official certificate of recognition presented to Brad Critchfield, Board of Education President, for exceptional leadership and service as the Board of Education President for the Bellflower Unified School District. The City of Bellflower honors your contributions and dedication to the community. Thank you for your outstanding service. Signed, Mayor Ray Danton, Mayor Pro Tem Sunny R. Santa Ynez, Councilmember Dan Coops, Councilmember Wendy Morse, and Councilmember Victor Sanchez. So on behalf of the very grateful City of Bellflower and its residents, thank you so much for your service. Are we gonna go? Oh, okay. Yes, of course. We need proof that we're here.
Next, representing the City of Lakewood, council members Jeff Wood and David Ariano.
Good evening and congratulations to the new board president. Look forward to working with you. It was really great to see the video because we just don't see enough videos of you, Brad, and photos in the community. So, good evening, everybody, members of the community, board members. Jeff Wood, council member. I'm joined by council member David Ariano. We bring greetings from the 80,000 residents, Brad, of your hometown, the city of Lakewood. Just congratulating you on a great year. We saw where you were in the community. We saw you out there representing through, again, the videos and photos. And you were there, you were active, and you were engaged, and that's very important. And I saw a quote actually today that said something to the effect, don't worry that you weren't able to accomplish everything you want in a timely manner, because time will continue. So I know there's a lot that you still want to do with your colleagues. I know that there's so many things that you want to do to make our schools better. And I know we're appreciative of the 80,000 residents and the shared residents that we serve between Lakewood and the Bellflower School Board. We do have 4 school districts, and we look forward to continuing to work with you as our Lakewood representative, as well as your colleagues. So with that, we have a proclamation that's signed by our mayor, which I will not read, because there's a taco card out there that I know we're standing between this. So anyhow, Brad, we want to present you with this recognition as your term of president. It's on behalf of the entire city council.
There you go. No, I'm gonna actually say something. It's okay. I let Jeff do all the important paperwork, but I definitely want to step in and just say 100%. If you guys might have seen me, I've been in a couple videos with Brad, so I don't know if you recognize. But with saying that is, there's 2 sides of the coin. I want to say congratulations to everyone else that put up with Brad for a whole year. That was probably, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a friend, it's pretty tough, you know, but definitely. But on the other side is, I know he cares. I listen to him all the time about everything that goes on. You went through a superintendent. I see a lot of smiling faces from the teachers and the administration now. So I definitely see where you guys are going, and you have a great team behind you. So not only I'm glad to see that, not only from a Lakewood resident, knowing Bellflower, I get to see, I go to schools, I see what's going on, but also I'm very proud of you as a friend. So congratulations on all your hard work. I know you have more to come, and congratulations to Amy. That's where we really came for Amy, honestly, but Brad was just here. You know, and Marina, on your getting sworn in today, and also Myra Garza, you're amazing, and also great to see Renita. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much, man, for being a good brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm back again. I also want to acknowledge the Critchfield family. Anybody that serves knows that the families give up a lot. So to Amanda and the girls, congratulations.
Next, representing Congressman Robert Garcia's office, Julia Ars, field representative and caseworker. Please come forward.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Julia, and I'm Congressman Robert Garcia's field representative for the amazing city of Bellflower. It's an honor to be here today on his behalf to, well, first of all, congratulate now Board Vice President Myra Garza on winning your re-election, Marina Cintron on winning your election, and now President Amy Stewart on your new title. our team looks forward to working with you and building our relationships, especially as the Congressional Art Competition quickly approaches. So sorry for all the emails I'm going to harass you with. Now I would like to recognize and celebrate Brad Critchfield on just an amazing year as president of the Bellflower Unified School District. Not only have you been a great partner with our office, but I think just that your passion and enthusiasm as president are apparent for everybody, especially for anybody who follows him on social media and sees all the videos. So on behalf of Congressman Robert Garcia and all of California's 42nd Congressional District, congratulations.
Representing Supervisors Janice Hahn's office, Phoebe Liu, Assistant Field Deputy.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. My name is Phoebe Liu, Assistant Field Deputy for Supervisor Janice Hahn, and we are here to celebrate Brad, President, for the past year. Thank you so much for your dedicated leadership and your service, and also your family for lending you to the school board. I know everyone who serves, their family also served. So thank you on behalf of Supervisor Janice Hahn, and I wanted to also congratulate Mayra Garza, Vice President, for winning her re-election, and also for Ms. Cintron for winning her election as well. Welcome aboard.
Representing Cerritos College Board of Trustees, Dr. Dawn Green. We'll come back if need be. Representing Bellflower Teachers Association, President Carrie McDaniel.
I don't know, Dan was supposed to come up here with me and he went outside, so. Go ahead.
Oh, do you want me to do it?
Yep.
Okay. It's funny because after the long board meeting last night, it was productive though. Brad sent me a text like, dude, why did you talk so much? So I'm just gonna say congratulations to Mayra, to Marina. Congratulations, Amy, on your new title. And thank you very much to Brad's family, and we're done here. No, thank you, Brad, very much for your dedication this past year, and even before that to our community, to the students of Bellflower especially, as well as to the teachers and the other staff that you represent well and that you think about. We appreciate the open communication and your willingness to always hear us, especially with the time commitments you have working, and especially as a father and as a husband. We know how much time it takes, and we thank you for that. We appreciate your sense of humor and your willingness to put in the time to do the hard work. We appreciate you. Congratulations, and we'll still be talking to you a lot.
Can you make us do a picture?
Representing the Bellflower Leadership and Support Team BLAST, Jessica Cummings, BLAST President.
Good evening. I'd like to start by saying thank you to all of the board members for your dedication and service to our students. Mr. Critchfield, thank you so much for your service as Bellflower Unified School District for the year of 2024. On behalf of Bellflower Leadership and Support Team, BLAST, we would like to present you with a plaque created by the Bioanimaker Lab at Mayfair High School by Javier Bianas and Tatiana de la Mora and their students. Thank you for your service.
Representing Paramount Unified School Board President Eddie Cruz.
Eddie was caught off. He had a dance at Baxter tonight, so he could not make it. But he wishes amazing things and thank yous to Brad. Sorry.
Representing ABC Unified School Board Member Brad Beach.
I thought you skipped me, Brad. Madam President, members of the board, Marina, my friend from 10 years ago when we were stopping youth from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. Nice seeing you tonight. Brad Lee, B Squared, how you doing? I know exactly how you're feeling right now. I have 4 days left on the ABC School Board. I was president last term. We're both dads with young daughters, and it goes quickly. But I watched you this entire year. You met with me before you took over and asked me some interesting questions. I saw the changes you made on the board. You're a great leader. You did a great job. I was proud to support you, and congratulations from ABC Unified.
Representing Bellflower Council, PTA President Linda Morgan, and Director of Communications, Annalene Ravinsky.
We also have Nicole Gates, trying to bring reinforcements this time. Congratulations, Amy, Mrs. Stewart, President Stewart, Myra, and Ms. Centrone. Congratulations, and Brad, on behalf of Bellflower Council PTAs, just wanted to share our appreciation for your dedication and commitment to our students in Bellflower Unified School District. Thank you for your leadership and your accomplishments during your term as board president. So we have yet another certificate for you.
Representing the Personnel Commission, Member Jason Wiley and Marissa Perez.
Guess I'm going solo. Brad. Today I stand before you to recognize an individual whose unwavering dedication and passion have profoundly moved this district in a way that I haven't seen in years. You've brought me here to be a part of this Personnel Commission, and if it wasn't for you, things wouldn't be where it's at now. And as former president now, you have truly embodied the spirit and leadership that Bellflower Unified truly deserves. Thank you, Brad.
Representing California School Employees Association, President Michelle Cuellar.
Good evening, Brad. Good evening, President Amy Stewart, our new member, Marina Cintron, and Myra Garza, our favorite VP. We are here tonight to recognize Brad Critchfield for an amazing year as president. I'm starting my 5th year as our CSEA president, and it has been a long journey to have our CSEA members' voices heard. And I have to say that you have listened the whole time. If I hadn't been able to reach out to you, you would reach out to me first. And that means a lot. And I feel that this board, for the most part, has done the same. And we continue to hopefully work with you as well. CSEA does not give out participation awards. We just don't. If you don't work with us, it's hard. It's hard. So you have worked with us. And it is appreciated more than you can understand. So with me, I have my Vice President, Joanne Jane. You know Anthony, our communication person, who is my voice, because this is extremely hard for me. And Joanne Novella, our site rep coordinator, who is stepping down. But she is our PAC leader who has actually helped get a lot of you into your cities, so along with BTA. So we really appreciate everything that you've done, and we have a special plaque for you. And we can hope to continue to work with you for many years to come.
Yes.
Thank you.
One more.
Representing Central Basin Municipal Water District, Director Juan Garza.
Thank you. Honorable President, members of the board, Juan Garza here on behalf of Central Basin Municipal Water District. It's a true pleasure and honor to be here this evening with you. But before I start off with you, respectfully, I'd like to start off with the staff. They are the backbone. Nothing in this community, in this school system happens without them, and the fact that you have staff here today on a Friday evening says a lot. So I just wanted to thank you for all you do and for being here this evening and supporting the board. So let's give them a round of applause, please. So with that, Avery staff needs a clear vision in terms of where the agency is going and where the where you're taking this vehicle. And so I wanted to start off by congratulating Trustee Cintron. I will absolutely, like I've said before, take this credit. We talked about this over 6 years ago. And actually, no, it was actually 8 years ago of you being in public office. And to see you here this evening just is tremendous, tremendous honor. So congratulations. And also, I congratulate my wife. Congratulations. I'm super proud of you. And I know our sons are as well. Madam President, congratulations, well-deserved. Really looking forward to your vision and your leadership that you'll be presenting to the school system. I know for a fact that with you as president, as was before, our youth are in great hands. But last but not least, the man of the hour, Brad, as a friend, I couldn't be more proud of you, man. We had lunch today, and just the conversation we had in terms of the introspection of you and trying to become, you're already a great man, and become even a greater man and a greater leader just says a lot about you. Couldn't be prouder of you. And I just want the community to know really how hard you've worked for them. Your year as president has come up with different challenges, different successes, and during all of that, you've had nothing but a smile, and you've been nothing but committed to this community and our youth. And I personally, and on behalf of my fellow directors on the Central Basin Municipal Water District, cannot thank you enough for your service. So Congratulations on your successes, and look forward to seeing what you do next, my friend.
We would like to present Mr. Critchfield with certificates from Senator Bob Archuleta, the City of Cerritos, and Assemblymember Jose Luis Salache. They were unable to attend this evening and wish to extend their congratulations and appreciation to Mr. Critchfield for his service to the students and community. I believe we also have someone else, or a couple someones, that would also like to say a few words to you, Mr. Critchfield. Tori and Brooklyn, could you please come forward?
I am really proud of my dad because he works really hard, and I am happy to be here to congratulate him. I would like to thank my dad for the work and how he drops me off and picks me up at dodgeball practice. He tells the best, he pulls the best pranks on me, and he does make me laugh out here.
Good job.
So funny, Dad.
Mr. Critchfield, thank you for your leadership and dedication to the students, the staff, and community of BUSD.
Hold on.
Mr. Critchfield, I think that we have one more from Dr. Robinson.
Careful what you wish for. Board of Trustees, Cabinet, Madam Superintendent, and valued guest, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly address our outgoing president on this, the night he passes his gavel to his successor and slips back into the ranks of general board membership. It is my deep honor to have the chance to assign a few thoughtfully constructed, well-intentioned words in an effort to publicly acknowledge the value of his contributions as our district board president this past year, and to formally thank him for his year of immense sacrifice and dedicated service through leadership. Former President Critchfield, I'm so blessed to have the privilege of knowing you, so grateful to have the opportunity to support you, and so pleased to have the chance to recognize you tonight. What is leadership?
Simply defined, it's the action of leading a group of people or an organization, but to tether the nuances and complexities of great leadership to 11 simple words would be a great miscarriage of justice, especially in light of the leader we seek to elevate tonight. To lead others, as Brad Critchfield has challenged himself to do, necessitates that those others not be coerced to go where he set out to go just because he was in charge. Rather, it called for him to invite those others to willingly follow as they have, and such an endeavor calls for an immense amount of trust, which required him to possess a profound amount of integrity. A good leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader, like President Critchfield, former President Critchfield, takes them where they maybe don't even imagine that they should want to be, and often sooner than they would have thought amenable. Over the course of this past year, Brad, you've consistently demonstrated the capacity to translate vision into reality. Your mark of greatness hasn't materialized because of your assigned or assumed power, but by your ability to develop relationships and encourage and empower others to harness their own energy and vision and to contribute in their spheres of influence, bringing to the proverbial table what they can for the betterment of all. You've exercised the compassion necessary to listen to and hear the cries and concerns of the troubled, the marginalized, the suppressed, and oppressed. Repeatedly, many have felt that you have exuded the confidence to step forward to become their advocate, voice, and champion. You've known when to stand united and when to stand alone, to hold to your convictions with fidelity, but not so tightly as to be unteachable or dissuaded from reasonable compromise for the greater good. Former President Critchfield, you've postured your board authority in service to the common interest partners of Bellflower Unified, the students, families, classified, certificated, administrative staff, voting constituents, political leaders, and local business people alike. These attributes have defined you during your tenure this past year as board president and fossilized the characterization of how you show up and who you are as a community leader. You step toward leadership with the intent to compel change, influence others, and better the larger world and our small piece of it here in BUSD. For your own two daughters, their peers, and those who will trail behind them in our beloved and hallowed institutions of learning. You haven't sugar-coated reality. You've worked tirelessly to inspire those around you. You've refused to accept status quo and push back against the establishment in an effort to stabilize the institution and bring greater transparency and accountability in an attempt to compel the rebirth of a trust that has been absent in this district for decades. Even as a freshman politician, you refused to be quieted by your lack of experience. You studied and worked to know what needed to be known so that you could do what needed to be done. You called on your board and superintendent to act in accordance with high values and to strive to improve the culture and climate of BUSD while navigating the discomfort of necessary change through more diplomatic conduct. You've remained uneasily satisfied and refused to settle. You've intentionally projected a visionary future for our district. You've sacrificed countless precious hours of your own personal and family time to invest selflessly in the tireless work of redefining and revitalizing BUSD. But above all, you've been impatient. You've refused to accept a natural course for things to materialize. You've led with the same motto you boldly live your life. The time is now. This year as president, you sort of exemplified the ethereal qualities of a shooting star. You became viably visible entering the BUSD leadership atmosphere, always traveling at a very high speed, producing profound friction and drag against the proverbial stagnant air molecules of our district's general operating procedures. You functioned essentially like a meteor, creating great heat, burning off the chemicals of dated policies and systemic tolerance for archaic practices, brilliantly illuminating the potential for what we can be juxtaposed against what we've been. This abrupt shifting of our district leadership through the stoking of fires needed to burn off the dross of inept management and futile pursuits. You disrupted the inert state of our district, remaining ineffectively at rest, and compelled our board to be the necessary force that finally caused our velocity to change. And now, as you pass the mantle, you hand our next impassioned, determined, forward-thinking board president the gift of momentum. President Critchfield, former President Critchfield, you're a sower, fiercely planting seeds in as much fertile ground as you can find to penetrate. In collaboration with and the blessing of your wife, Amanda, you wrangled your restless spirit into submission and tethered your passion to intentionality. Fueled by the desire to make things better for your own two daughters, you gazed out at the landscape that would define their futures and realized the contributions and constraints they could potentially feel in the public school district you called home. True to your nature as a protective father, seeking the best for your own children, you dove in the deep end of advocacy for them and ran for school board. And then, despite your valiant efforts, and our valiant efforts, and your pure heart, you lost. You easily could have just walked away, but you realized that what you could do for your own children could actually benefit other people's children as well. You learned from your mistakes, course corrected, and ran again, and this time you won. That event led us 2 years later here tonight to ever so momentarily savor the sobering reality of the value of your contributions to BUSD. What you started has implications that will span decades into a future you will not be here to direct, and won't at some juncture even be on earth to see. That's the nature of legacy work, seated in the present, but once performed well, outlast even the one who did it. So tonight, before the nameplate shift and you musical chair away from the center, it's right and fitting that we pause to recognize and celebrate you and your life's purpose, which for now is inextricably linked to all of us in BUSD, and our purposes for being here as well. Beyond the words, we have a commemorative gift commissioned by our interim superintendent, Mrs. Azevedo, who asked if we could create something sentimental and timeless. She wrote me and said, "The most memorable gifts are those that come from the students we serve. But your fingerprints, Brad, aren't just all over the futures of our students. They are also over our staff's lives as well. So we created our gift first with your own children, because you wouldn't be you without them. Then we invited other people whose lives your fingerprints as a board member are all over to leave some of theirs behind for you as well, because we wouldn't be us without you. As you step back but not away, we want to remind you and commission our next president and our whole governing board and our district office to continue to aspire to incomparable greatness and intentionality, work to be the kind of leaders who plant trees under whose shade you never expect to sit."
Thank you, Dr. Robinson, for doing that. That's amazing.
Mr. Critchfield, is there anyone in the audience that you'd like to recognize or any comments you'd like to make? Mhm.
All right. Well, there's nothing I could really say that Dr. Robinson didn't say. And she's always so eloquent and always speaks so beautifully. And when I hear her speak, I realize I didn't put nearly as much effort into what I had prepared as I probably should have. First of all, I want to thank everybody here and give it up one more time for the band. That was amazing. Okay, so I wrote some stuff down. Amy always tells me, like, you speak way better when you're not trying to script yourself, and she's usually right. I wrote this down, so I should say it. So there's a saying that's kind of stuck in my head lately, and it's being humble isn't thinking less of yourself, but it's thinking of yourself less. And I'll say this role, second to becoming a husband and a father, has demanded so much of my attention, my energy, and my effort, that because of this, I should have chat GPT'd this thing. This role has humbled me because I have so much attention on our district, on our teachers, on our classified, and our students. And it's something that has profoundly changed the way I see what public service is all about. And when I think about how much time, and some of you said it tonight, any recognition tonight. I love this stuff. I have fun doing this. I really do enjoy this. I enjoy board meetings. Last night, even though Dan kept talking, I was having a good time. I really do love this. But so the recognition and thanks, although I appreciate it with all my heart, everything that was said. The cost that is paid for me being able to do this is paid by my amazing wife, Amanda, and my 2 children, Tori and Brooklyn, because they didn't choose this, but they're the ones who really, they get a little bit less of dad. And even though I try to do as much as I can and make sure I'm present in their lives in every opportunity I possibly can, they're the ones who pay the cost. And all I can do is have faith and know that I believe so strongly in the work that we all do on this board and the work that we get done with our amazing staff, that it's for their benefit. And I don't serve on this board just for my own children, but knowing that every decision we make, I picture my own children going through this school district, it drives me to do even more than I would possibly do. And to build them a better school experience, more opportunity, and to build a better community is what this is all about. And I'm proud of the work that we got done this past year, and I'm so excited about all the work that our new president, Amy Stewart, is going to drive us towards. And I'm so excited to have Miss Marina Cintron join our team. And I'm excited to be up here with these 4 amazing, strong women that are going to be the driving force for what's next for this district. And we have so much to do, but I'm very confident that we're gonna do it. So thank all of you for being here tonight. It's kind of hard just standing there and being recognized, especially when David's making faces the whole time. But I love everyone that came here tonight. I want to thank my dad, who's standing by the door, ready to split. He's going to be the first one out of here. And thank our teachers and our classified and everybody here. I want to thank Melina Oriano and her guest for coming out. Our city council representatives, everybody who spoke tonight, I appreciate you. I love you. And onward and forward. Thank you.
Thank you, ex-President Critchfield. I just want to say too, he did better when he just improvised and he didn't read the script. He doesn't read scripts well. But yeah, no, I just want to say thank you too for your mentorship. Watching you for the last year, that was amazing. When we started to run our campaigns, Brad was really nice to me. He was one of the few people that was really nice to me. So we became really good friends, and I love him and his family. You guys are amazing, and I'm thankful that he puts in so much time. You guys see it, and so I'm very thankful on behalf of, our other colleagues. Thank you for what you've done, and we appreciate you a lot. Yes. So we have one more item, colleagues. We need to approve one consent agenda item. It's certificate of signatures. It is proposed that the Board of Education approve and ratify the certification of signatures effective December 13th, 2024. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Armstrong?
Aye.
Ms. Cintron?
Aye.
Mr. Critchfield?
Aye.
Mrs. Garza?
Aye.
Ms. Stewart?
Aye. If there is no objection, this meeting is adjourned at 7:13 p.m. until the regular board meeting to be held on Thursday, January 16th, 2025. Thank you.
And we invite everyone to join us outside to celebrate our newly sworn in board members and our outgoing president. Please join us for tacos and music outside.